Your Eminences, my Lord Bishops, Reverend Priests, Reverend Nuns, I find a few colleagues of mine at the bar, and all of you distinguished gathering here. Good evening to you all. My topic today is design a decision-making process at parish and diocesan levels. The participation of all the people of God in decision-making as one fundamental expression of synodality and the most important gift from God to the whole church is the grace of baptism. May I now refer to the keynote address given by His Eminence on this aspect of baptism. We must rediscover the greatness of our baptism and confirmation and understand that no baptized person is useless in the church, whether in small communities or major decision-making bodies. So baptism is very important. And then we come to the third point. The church must embrace synodality and resist any form of clericalism through closeness and dynamic relationships. In this, might I also refer to His Eminence, where he said at one point that the church is not an NGO. And he quoted from the late Pope Francis, where Pope Francis said, the church is a field hospital where everyone is welcome as they are, where everyone's wounds are healed, and this is part of the church's mission. And may I also quote from St. Augustine when he said, the church is not a museum for saints, but a hospital for sinners like you and me. Now, in the final report of the 16th Ordinary General Assembly of the Synod of Bishops, note 87 stated, the whole community is called together to pray, listen, analyze, dialogue, discern, and offer advice on taking pastoral decisions for missions. And as set out in the slide there, at paragraph 92, it is also stated, in a synodal church, the authority, the bishop of the Episcopal College and the Bishop of Rome in regard to decision making is inviolable
as it is grounded in the hierarchical structure of the church.
Yes. However, it has to be emphasized that such an exercise of authority may not ignore direction which emerges through proper discernment within a consultative process. Now, His Eminence, with regard to this, again stated, I'm sorry for quoting Your Eminence at length, in your keynote address, because the synodal style is a matter of the spirit. Its goal is not to reach majorities as if we were in a parliament or corporate boardroom, but to reach communion. That is what is important, to reach communion. It is necessary to foster the participation of all members in deliberations and promote co-responsibility by utilizing the various gifts and abilities of the lay faithful. The Church, as a synodal community composed of bishops, priests, religious, and the laity, is called together to pray, listen, analyze, dialogue, discern, and offer advice based on differentiated co-responsibility. The Church, which lacks accountability and transparency in decision-making, should not exclude those who question the process. Women's participation in the everyday life of the Church is significant, though their presence in leadership roles remains limited. The manner in which the Archdiocese moves forward towards a joint decision. Competent authority must be established to clearly define the objective of consultation and deliberation. Those consulted should offer their opinions honestly and in good faith. And then the plan of action. 1, basic Christian communities. 2, parish pastoral councils. 3, reform of training for church leaders. 4, formation of children, youth, young adults, and especially young women. 5, special attention to the poor. The recommendations. A parish pastoral training center should be established to equip clergy and laity for active participation in synodal life and ministry. The existing Archdiocesan Pastoral Council should be replicated and established in all parishes under the supervision of the Archbishop. 3, the Social Development Committee should be further strengthened with participation in decision-making treated as a priority. And 4, the Finance Committees of the parish should be properly constituted by the respective parish priests. In conclusion, may I add that as a vibrant member of the lay Catholic community, it is my firm belief that whatever profession we are, whether it is a doctor, whether it is a lawyer, whether it is an engineer, or even an executive in a bank, or any executive, clerical staff member, or even a domestic aide, the profession which they practice is the altar on which we show others who we are, where we show others the love of God, and be an example to the world at large. Thank you.